Hi guys, this is Amar, and we started making a framework on Selenium. Basically, we means framework like we have a set of rules and regulations, folders, structure, and that's what to follow by every automation engineer uh, while automating the applications or website applications. So uh, I make a little PPT on Selenium automation framework. So let's start. What is the framework? Framework is a set of rules or guidelines which is followed by every automation engineers. That's it. And we also say that means framework is a collection of reusable generic methods which makes automation engineers like easy. Yeah. So this is the framework document I have prepared. Means first we are go through the frameworks, architecture, and data-driven testing, generic library, then the main Selenium advantage form, page object model, test engine and listeners, asserts and exceptions. And exceptions are mainly I listed which are important in our Selenium framework. Now the framework, what is framework? As I say, framework is a set of collection of reusable generic methods, which makes automation engineering life easy. Means when we are coding all the things in our projects without a Selenium framework, it is very complicated to manage all the test scripts in any folders. So the framework easily to handle this type of uh, reduce the cost of scripts during the maintenance, and we have a better code reusability. That's it. This is the framework. Now, why we are using the frameworks? Basically, improve test accuracy, improve test efficiency, or lower maintenance cost. See, what is the component of framework in Selenium? Basically, we use the data common data, add in the framework, and we make generic library. Advantage of the framework is having a vpom.xml where we put all the dependencies, and pom repository. We are the advantage in Maven testng. We use the testng in our framework, and we go through also the HTML result, and we also put all the things in the GitHub code repository, and Jenkins to CI/CD pipeline tools. So, what is the architecture of this framework? So, we there are many things in our frameworks. Like stages are like we are to generic means design the framework, responsible for design, taken care by the experienced member. So implemented after that we are go to the implementations. See, basically what is in that, we are having a data, common data or test data. So we are put in that one, and after that we make a generic library where we put Excel and all the things which is are repeatedly used in the test script. We put in that generic library. After that, some dependency are having in our framework. So what is that dependencies means? Previously we are downloading the jar files and run that one into our framework. But as we know, if the version is updated or the any jar file is corrupt, so all the framework is mis damaged. So we go through the dependencies. So we are having a pom.xml where we are downloaded all the dependencies from the mvn repository, and after that we put into that dependencies pom.xml and run the scripts. So after that, we are using the POM repository. What is the POM repository? Where we follow all the annotations. Why we follow the annotations? Because TestNG know about the annotations. So how, TestNG helping to run all the at the rate find by, at the rate find by, and at the rate find out. So we know that we are using the find by element in our Selenium WebDriver search context area. So where we are using the find element and find elements. So when we are running that one, if any of the elements is missing or any of the element is not present in our website, so we are getting any error. So how to manage this one? So we are using the pom repository. Okay, now after that pom repository, we writing the test script, and after writing test script, we use at the rate test ng annotations, and for that we are using test ng files. So in the test ng, we get the result in html report. If they are passed, we go through the github, and after push and pull, we use the jenkins and deploy the all the all the results. So but even if the test scripts is fail, so what happen? If the fail, then skip, or it is go to the listener. So we are using the listeners like retry analyzer or listeners. So we are having a test screenshot of that one. So all the reports of that one, which are the test cases are fail in our frameworks or etc. If we are means using the executions, means responsible for executions, any automation engineer, basically we are following the types of frameworks like uh, first we are know about the types of automation frameworks. No, we are know about the data driven frameworks and modular driven frameworks, hybrid driven frameworks, and these are the type of automation frameworks. Keyword driven frameworks, behavior driven frameworks. Basically we are using the data driven frameworks to manage the common data, and the no we are know about all the things in further scripts. So in the data-driven testing, means a data-driven framework storing the test data in external file like Excel sheet, XML, CSV file. So after this, these are the generic reusability methods. So passing that from data to the application, and testing the application is known as the data-driven framework. So we are use the drive test cases and suits from an external data sets. So these are the data driven frameworks. We further know about all the frameworks. So data driven testing is data driven. Why data driven? Means data driven testing, already I say, means storing the data in excels like excel's property files or etc. From that we are fetching all the data to the framework. Why data driven testings? As per the rule of automations, data should not be hard coded within a test script. So because we are know about the maintenance cost or all the things, so that's why we are not hard coded all the things in the test scripts. And due to maintenance is high, so uh, data modification maintenance is difficult. So these are the data driven testings. Property and excel files, we are know about all the things. So come to the JDBCs, the Java database connectivity. Basically, we are using this JDBC to connect the server to the means database server, and by the help of this, we add or remove the data or communicate the data through the database connectivity. So come to the point, JDBC and okay, type of JDBC. There are two type of JDBC, means SQL database or non-SQL database. So we are know about the SQL, Oracle, or all the things to means run the queries to the database. And what is the SQL and non-SQL? Data will be stored in form the table is called SQL. MySQL like Oracle, DB is this type one. So no SQL database means store the JSON format such as MongoDB and Cassandra, NoSQL. These are the things. Generic library utility, talking about this one. So in the generic library, its collection of generic class contains reusable methods library, and basically we are making up folders like generic library in our framework, maven framework, sorry. So in our this framework, we make a Java utility package, Excel utility package, and library and property utility, WebDriver utility, and after that we call that package or class to the main means our script to reduce the code, means reduce the code length or hard codings. That's why. So we are go through the generic library utility. uh, when we call to the page object model POM, this is the very important thing our own frameworks. So POM is a Java design patterns preferred by the Google to develop the object repository. Why POM? POM, as per the rule of automation, we should not hard code it. These are things are we know, and because in agile process, due to frequent requirement changes, modification and maintenance of element is tedious job. So these are that's why we are using the POM. And POM is a collection of element locators. Business library is one place, and it developed using POM design pattern. So what is POM is like, if we are using that the package in our in that way to call a package into our script, so reduce the code usability, and it is make easier to automation engineer to code that language. So advantage of POM: maintenance is easy because all the element we kept in one place, and test script development is faster due to business library, and handle stale element exceptions. So we further know about the stale element exceptions. And if what is the advantage of POM? We can directly store web element in Java class, better fit for agile process, and support auto heal features. We further know about the support auto heal features. What is auto heal features? uh, why test engine? So for the know about the POM, and we are using POM, in POM having automation like at the rate find by, find all, auto healing. We so you can read all the things, and why we are using find by, find all. Basically, we are use that's to run by the annotations in our languages. So during the executions, if one locator failed to identify that element, it will be retried to identify the same element using another locator. These are the things in our annotation form. So basically, we have come to the test engine. Now, TestNG is an open source testing framework where next generation its architecture simply to broad range testing need starting to the unit testing to integrated system testing. So basically, we are using the TestNG is a unit testing framework. We support Java and .NET. Uh, we are using the TestNG to develop additional plugins for Eclipse, and TestNG, by the help of TestNG we run the all annotations. Why TestNG? So we say already the TestNG annotation are used to create test cases easily, and it support parameterizations. It support data driven testing using data provider. It can generate HTML test report, and it effortlessly support integrations with various other tools and plugin like Eclipse IDE, and build automation tool like Maven. Annotation of TestNG. Basically, that's why we are using TestNG. At the rate before suit, before test, before class, before method test, after method, after class, after test, after suit. I mentioned that why we are using that suit before test, before class, means we connect to first when we writing the test scripts. So firstly we database connections, then we go for the server, then open the browser, log into the application, then we validations and verification all the things, and after that we log out the applications, close the browser, disconnect initializations, and disconnect the database. These are the things we are do in the test scripts, so we are using that annotations, and these are the things in test ng basically. And assertions, basically we are having assertions in our features in our test ng. So hard exceptions and soft exceptions. So we provide the validations and into the scripts to run that script that means exceptions when the exception fail, and next steps after the exception statement we want to run, then we are using that exception. These are the hard exceptions and soft exception. Yeah, listener in test ng. We are having IT listeners and I retry analyzer to validate and verifications. Most common Selenium exceptions. That's why I miss what I'm saying. So no such window exception. It's comes when there is no any means the current list of window is not updated or the previous window does not exist. Though that time we are getting no such window exceptions, no such frame exceptions. Whenever the multiple frame are in the websites and we are putting that the frame in our test sheets is though, so then we are getting no such frame exception, no such element exceptions. When the locators of that element is not present in the web page and we are want to fetch that element from the web page, so that time we are getting the no such element exceptions. No alert present exceptions means whenever happens when the user is trying to switch to an alert which is not present, so that time we are getting the no alert present exception. Invalid selector means when we are want to get select of selector of that element and they are not present. It is similar to the no, element exceptions, but in selector we are not having get in the any selectors pointers locations. Stale element reference exceptions means the element is not present on the web page for a longer part of time, so then we are getting the stale element reference exceptions. Element not visible means when we are want to get that element but element is present but it is not visible, so then we are getting the element not visible exceptions. Element not selectable exceptions means we are if we want to click on that element which are present on the web page, but we are getting that element on the web page but these are not clickable, so selectable, so that's time we are getting the element not selectable exceptions. So these are the exceptions which are getting on the web pages. Uh, that's all from my sides. Thank you. And further, comment any to get any PPT on any other framework or any languages, so I can help you in that one. Thank you. Thank you for see all the things, and you can mail to my anything so if you want to communicate with me, and you can also comment on that, like and comment on your channel. Thank you. Thank you.